up, queens, and welcome back to Cricket Crowns. If you're new around here, welcome. My name is Destiny, and on this channel, I help women get unstuck in life by discovering their identity and purpose so that they can live a more fulfilled life. So today, honestly, is going to be a little bit more motivational than teaching, because I wanted to talk to you ladies today about counting yourselves out, right? I hear so many people count themselves out, and I don't know why. So I want to talk to you about some of the ways that we unintentionally count ourselves out, right? And the first one would be negative self-talk. So I can't tell you how many times somebody would come to me and say, okay, listen, I have this goal, I have this dream that I want to achieve, but honestly, I don't think that I can do it. I don't think that I can do it because of where I'm from, because of my skin color, because of my background, because of my religious beliefs, and they count themselves out. And I just wanted to come as your big sister today to let you know that you can do whatever it is that you put your heart to, that you can do whatever it is that Christ has given you the strength to do, and to not count yourself out. If you see anything that somebody else is doing and you have a desire to do it within yourself, not saying you're trying to covet them or be like them, but you have like a real desire within yourself to want to do the same thing that they're doing, don't count yourself out. Give yourself the opportunity to win. Stop withholding great things from yourself because of some limiting belief that you have in your head about yourself. And I think too often we do count ourselves out. Like, for example, right, when I first said that I wanted to start my coaching business, I was like, who gonna listen to me? Don't nobody want to listen to me? Or when I started my YouTube channel, I was like, ain't nobody gonna listen to me? Like, who am I? And I kind of began to just talk myself out of it. But then I realized, hold on, these people are no better than me. I'm not saying that people don't live a different life than you. What I'm saying is people aren't better than you. You aren't beneath people, and people aren't beneath you, is what I'm saying, right? It doesn't mean that this person is more, because we sometimes believe that people are more special, or people have some type of kind of special value or blessing over their lives, and God has just granted them this great gift and skill, and they just come from money. That's just how life is. But the reality is that we just look at other people and we look at the things that they do, and we say to ourselves, I would never be as big as them. I can never do it like them. I can never do this and I can never do that. But what I want you to know is that there is a gift that God has given unto you. There's a skill that you have, and you're not supposed to look like anybody else. You're not supposed to be like anybody else. You're supposed to be like yourself, right? I think the thing that happens is we compare ourselves so much with social media to the point where we start to idolize people, and we start to idolize and covet the way people live and the cars they drive and who they are married to, and we start discounting what God has for us. Because the truth of the matter is baby, God has something for you as well. He has a lane for you to be in as well. And if you would just be faithful to God, and if you will be faithful to who He's called you to be, and step in your full identity and walk in your purpose, there is a lane for you as well. And you have to stop counting yourself out. You have to see yourself as worthy of being the person to have the thing that you desire. And I think that's the reason why a lot of us are being held back, because we subconsciously believe that we don't really deserve the thing that we really want. The reason why you haven't started your business yet is because you don't believe you deserve it. You subconsciously believe that you are supposed to struggle and work hard all your life for every dime that you have. But you don't necessarily believe that you can be a person that makes millions of dollars a year. You don't necessarily believe that you can be the person who travels the world and be financially free and be able to retire your parents. You don't believe that. So because you don't believe that, that's not the life that you live. I don't care what you say out of your mouth. It's what you believe in your head, because you live from the place of your mind. I keep telling people that your mind shapes your world. However you're living like right now is the level of belief that you have. So whatever it is that you're believing is how you're living. And that's just the truth. Once you get enough boldness, once you get enough courage to go after what you really want, then and only then will you begin to see your life change. The answer is not outside of you. The answer is within you. We have to stop looking to people, places, and things for the answer when, sis, you have the answer. And that's why I push so hard, knowing who you are as a woman, connecting to your intuition, having a relationship with God, allowing him to pour into you and give you identity and to give you a vision so that you can have direction for your life. Because the truth of the matter is you're not getting any younger. And the older version of you is counting on the younger version of you now. So what you do with your time now matters. So all that time that you're spending procrastinating, all that time that you're spending negative self-talking, talking yourself out of your dreams and your goals, all you're doing is prolonging the process. And before long, you're going to look up and you're 40 and you're 50 and you're 60 and you're not even going to have the energy or the drive to want to do it, because then you're going to feel like, man, I waited too long. And then you're going to fall into this phase of depression. And that's what we are trying to prevent. That's what we don't want to happen. So if there is a vision that God has given unto you, if there is a dream that God has given to you, stop counting yourself out. You can do it too. These people are no better than you. I want that to be your catchphrase for the next week or two. I can do it too. I can have it too. I can live financially free too. I can travel the world too. I can have a faithful husband too. My kids can be healthy too. I can live the life I desire too. I can lose the weight I want to. You can do it too. These people are no different than you. These people are no special than you. These people just had the courage to go after what it is that they wanted. And what they did was they went after their personal authority. You have authority in the realm that God has called you to. It depends on what it is that you're doing, right? So let's say, for example, let's say Beyonce, right? Beyonce is a singer. What she do is she sang. So she has authority in that realm because she is a singer. She's walking in her personal authority that God has given unto her. She's using her passion. She's using her gifts, and she's getting paid for it. You have a personal authority that God has given unto you. You have a gift. You have a talent. There's something that God has given unto you that he wants you to fulfill. But you have to find your personal authority and stop trying to be like everybody else, because your favor, because your destiny helpers, because your blessings is not tied to what anybody else is doing, but it's tied to who you are. So God can't bless you when you're not in place to be blessed. That's why the business model isn't working, because you keep listening to culture, you keep listening to social media. They're telling you to do digital products, they're telling you to do Amazon FBA, but that's not what God said for you to do. He may be calling you to real estate. That's where your favor is. That's where your open doors is. That's where your blessings are. But you keep chasing after the money and not purpose. And I keep telling you, when you go after purpose, you get fulfillment and you get the money with it. It's not enough to just chase after the bag. It's not enough to just go after money, because you want to be fulfilled in life. You want to have true joy. You want to have true peace. And if you're only just chasing after money to try to fill some type of void, you're still going to be lonely. Once you get that money, you're just going to be even more, it's going to be a bigger void, basically. It's going to be a bigger void. And you're going to see, dang, that wasn't the answer. I thought it was the answer, and that wasn't the answer. And what happens if you don't heal, if you don't work on yourself, you will continue to chase after things to try to fill that void within yourself that only one, God can fill, that only two, you can fill. So if it's not a business, if it's not money, it's going to be a man. It's going to be a relationship. Because you feel like everybody else has the answers but you. And this is why it's so important to know you and to know who you are and to know who God has called you to be, so you can live an authentic life. So you can live the life that God has called you to live, not who nobody else is living. It's okay to admire people, but it's not okay to idolize people. One of them says, wow, you inspire me. You inspire me to want to do more of my life. And one of them says, I want to be you. Yep, I want the husband you got. I want the car you got. I want the house you got. I worship you. You're so amazing. You're just everything. And that's what we do with celebrities. That's what we do with people who are popular. We put them on a pedestal and we praise them and we worship them and we make it seem like, oh my God, these people are so special. They're so awesome. When in reality, all they did was walk in their personal authority. And because they were good at what they did, because they perfected their gift, the influence came, the fame came, the recognition came. But you can have that too if you work hard at it, if that's what you desire, and if that's what God desires for you. Not everybody is called to the nations. Not everybody is called to have millions and millions of followers. But there is a crowd that is for you. And I want you to know that there is a crowd that is for you, sis. So you have to stop counting yourself out, because you can do it too. Nobody else is better than you. You can do it too. You can have it too. You can be that person too. But you have to start looking at yourself as that. You have to start looking at yourself as the answer. Nobody else has the answer for you. You have the answer within you. You have the answer. And this is why it's so important to understand who you are, so that you won't just be following people blindly because it looks good or because you idolize what it is that they have. To be honest, once you really get to know yourself as an individual, and once you really get to know your identity and the purpose that God has called you into, you will realize that you're following a bunch of people who don't even align with the will of God for your life. Like, there's a lot of people that I don't listen to. I don't care if you have followers. I don't care if you have views. I don't care if you're popular. I don't care if you have all this money. You're not called to my life. I don't listen to a lot of people. I don't let a lot of people influence me, especially if they're not God-fearing. Absolutely not. If you don't fear the Lord, you can't speak into my life at all. So at the end of the day, sis, all I'm trying to say is stop counting yourself out. Stop comparing yourself to people. Know that you are your own individual. If you knew how powerful it was to just be you, you would never hate yourself again. You would never want to be anybody else again. If you understood the level of authority and power that you have in walking in your true identity, you would never idolize anybody else again. The only reason why you idolize them is because you think low of yourself. You think they're here and you think that you're here. But you have to begin to change your mindset. You are more. You can be more. You can do more. But you have to stop counting yourself out. These people are no better than you. These people are no different than you. You are not beneath these people. You are not. You are just as called. You are just as special. You are just as gifted. Why do you believe that they can do it, but you can't? Why do you believe that they can do it, but you can't? Why do you trust their advice, but you don't trust your own? Why do you trust their voice, but you don't trust your own voice? It's not even about them. It's about you. It's about the level of trust you have in yourself. It's about the level of faith you have in yourself. You haven't come to trust yourself because you're not secure in your identity. You haven't took the time to cultivate your relationship with God, for one. You haven't took the time to cultivate the relationship with yourself. So you believe that everybody else has the answers but you. Everybody else is qualified, but you're not. Everybody else is skilled, but you're not. And this is why it's so important to take time to invest in yourself. Because when you invest in you, you build your confidence up. You build your skills up. You build your self-esteem up. Because the truth is, let's be real for a second, right? You ever seen somebody doing something that you know that you're 10 times better at doing that thing than them, but because they have the confidence and you don't, they're winning and killing it? Like, you ain't never looked at somebody's work and said, I can do that. I can do it better than them. Yeah, but this is the thing. They got the confidence to do it and you don't. So they're going to win every single time because they have the confidence. They trust in themselves. They trust in their abilities. I said this last week, but done is better than perfect. Some of y'all some perfectionists. Some of y'all won't do some stuff because you want everything to be so perfect. It has to look good. It got to sound good. It got to be down to the T. You got to have all the equipment. You got to have all the money. So you won't even start where you're at. But God says if you're faithful over the little things, if you're faithful over the little, start with what you got. Everything that you have is everything that you need right now. As you continue to go, as you continue to grow, God will begin to bring the resources. He'll begin to bring the people. But you have to be faithful and start where you're at. Why would he give you more when you haven't even taken the first step? You haven't even taken the first step to start, sis. Just get the LLC. Just open the business bank down. Just write the vision. Just dream a little bit. Some of y'all don't have no imagination. This world has killed and took everything out of you. You can't even dream no more. You can't even imagine no more because that's for kids. No, that's why you broke, because you won't tap into that creativity that God has given unto you. That's why you broke, because you won't dream, because you won't imagine, because you can't see yourself living bigger and better than where you're at right now, because you believe that this is all you have, because you're not educating yourself to level up mentally, to level up spiritually, to level up emotionally. Let me tell you something. There is nothing that you can't do with God. The Bible says with man it may be impossible, but with God all things are possible. He says if you commit your plans to me, I will establish them. I will help you. If you meditate on my word day and night, then and only then will your ways be prosperous. He said, I can bless you and I can add no sorrow with that. But you won't trust God with the business plan that you have. Take it to God in prayer. He wants you to be successful. First of all, you being successful makes him look good because we are representations of him. So how are we going to talk about how we serve this big, rich God and we ain't got 2 quarters to rub together? How that even make sense? How does that make sense? Remember, the Bible says that we're supposed to praise God and worship him with everything that we have. And that's including our finances. That's including our finances. He doesn't want you to just have these selfish ambitions, these selfish desires. Everything's about you and what you can have and how you can look good and how you can have the biggest house and how you want the best looking family. But not one time have you thought about the poor. Not one time have you thought about the widows. Not one time have you thought about advancing his kingdom. He's not going to bless you if your mindset is not right. But if you have the mindset of, Lord, if you increase me, Lord, if you give to me, I will make sure your house always has. I will make sure that the widows always have. I will make sure that the orphans are taken care of. I will make sure that the homeless people, I will do things for other people, not just myself, not just my family, because I care about you, God, and I care about your people, and I care about advancing your kingdom on this earth. But the problem is that some of us have this wicked desire where everything is just about us and what we want and what we need and how we feel and da 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 da. And that's why sometimes God don't release the blessing because your heart is not right. And that's why sometimes he takes you through trials and tribulations because he has to strip out. He has to kill the flesh in you. He has to kill all that selfishness in you to let you know that, baby girl, it's not only about you, that I want to bless you and I want to give to you, but I need you to have the right heart posture when I give to you, because I don't want to give you $1 million and then you just waste it on material things. You buy alcohol with it. You buy liquor with it. You buy weed with it. You buy bags with it. You do everything else with it but what you're supposed to do. And I think that's another issue that we have. It's this vain pursuit of just these material things. And there's nothing wrong with having nice things. But your heart also has to be right. This world is not just about accumulating material things. It's not just about that. It's about living a higher purpose. That's what this channel is about. It's about getting you to see that this ain't your world. All right? That the world ain't about you. That everything's not about you. That life is bigger than you. Even your existence is bigger than you. Right? So even your gifts, even your talents. If you look at some of the biggest businesses in the world, it's not about the business owner. It's about serving other people, because they tapped into a secret that if you put other people first, that if you serve other people, then people will take care of you. But we're so selfish and we can only see ourselves. And that's why some of us are not further than where we could be. I don't know who that was for, but that was for somebody. But yes, sis, back to the topic is stop counting yourself out, because you can do it too. And I want to see you do it. And I want to win. I want to see you win. Okay. So if you need help with, coming up with some business ideas, or if you need help to come up with some actionable goals to pursue the business that you have, or if you just saying, I ain't even got a vision, I can help you with that. I can help you come up with the vision. I can help you come up with some actionable goals that you can take, some steps that you can take to make that vision a reality. Let's turn your passion into something that you can monetize and get a gift money for, right? So we want profit and passion. We don't just want passion. We want profit and passion. And it's possible. It's possible to do what it is that you love. It's possible to do what it is that you're gifted at doing and make a living for. It's possible. I'm trying to break y'all out of this job mentality. I want to speak to some women who are ready to change their lives. They're ready to change their situations. You're tired of being fearful. We've been taught that jobs are safe, and there's nothing wrong with the job. If you love your job, that's great. That's awesome. Keep going. Keep growing. Do you. But I want to talk to some people who feel like, you know what, a job is not it for me. I was born for entrepreneurship. I want to talk to you. Let me help you come up with a business plan. Let me help you come up with some actionable steps that you can take to make your business a reality. Or if you're somebody that don't know what you want to do, I can help you with that too. We can tap into your passions, we can tap into your gifts, and we can figure out what it is that God has called you to do together on this journey, right? But anywho, back to what I was saying. Honestly, I'm ranting right now, guys, but I truly believe that even if you do have a job, you should always have some type of passive income on the side, because at the end of the day, you don't own that job, and they can let you go at any given moment in 2.5 seconds. I don't care if you're a doctor, lawyer, I don't care what your job title is. You should be having some type of passive income coming in. You should be owning some real estate somewhere. I don't know what you should be doing, but you should be putting your money into places that can keep bringing that income in. You know, if God forbid you get into a car accident or you get sick or something happens and you can't work, something happens to your spouse, something happens to your kids, you forgot that job kind of, owns you, so don't allow anybody to make you starve. Don't let anybody else to tell you where you can live and what you can drive and when you can spend time with your family, because that's exactly what jobs do. You don't want to be that person, but you want to begin to learn how to create passive income. All right. And I can always help you with that through coaching. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video right here. I hope this video has blessed you, because it surely has blessed me. And as always, if this video has helped you, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you ladies in the next video.